All right, good morning, guys. Day 8 here in the shop. We've already been cranking here this morning. Wanted to get on here, though, and show you the next step in the Eames chair restoration. We're going to sand all the pieces with 320, the sponge, and then wipe them down again with the wax and grease remover and a rag. You know, we got to get this thing done. It's going to take a journey across the country. It's going to go all the way to Washington, D.C., and the person needs it, you know, sometime by the end of next week when they start getting to work. So we'll see if we can make that deadline. Before I get going on that, though, I wanted to show you this stool. Really cool piece. Really rare, though, that we see these stools with the back panel on them. Normally we see these with just the seat cushion. They're Danish, they're solid teak, they're a really nice piece. But I said it was really uncommon for, you know, at least here in my shop. We've done a dozen or so of these just with the seat. First one I've seen with the back, and it's only a set of one. She found it, I think, at an estate sale. And then, remember yesterday how I said I was going to move this T-cart? I didn't do that. It got dirty this morning when Ivan was sanding that. So now the customer's on their way. I'm going to blow it off real quick and get it cleaned up. I said, sometimes we do mess up here. I forgot to move it yesterday, ran out of time, and then first thing this morning, it got messy. You know, should we blame Ivan for cleaning it? Maybe we should make him clean it next time. We'll see. But then who would operate the camera? I'm just finishing that last sealer on one of the panels for the Eames chair, and I got kind of a funny thought in my head. We have a video right now on Facebook that decided to blow up overnight of me stripping that dining room table over there. And what is kind of funny, it's ironic, I have over 1 million views and I'm a stripper. I'm thinking about maybe starting an OnlyFans. Let me know down below if you think that's a good idea. It's kind of ironic that I've kept my clothes on and I still have millions of views on a piece of furniture, you know, stripping a piece of furniture. So let me know down below. Now that we're done telling jokes, I'm going to get back to work on these little drawer boxes. The green, the avocado green, is what's staying. Now I got to tape it up so I can spray these ones like a mustard yellow on the face. That's what it came from with the, you know, from the factory. So what we have to do is carefully tape up right where the, you know, the avocado has to remain, so the yellow paint doesn't get overspray anywhere else. So that's why I said this is a slow process. 3 days of work to just do this, you know, one little drawer. But these are the things you do, you know, to get that perfect finish. So these are only, like, I think the 5th or 6th drawers I've ever done this to. We did one set earlier this year. For this, actually, the same customer. And then the ones I'll be doing later, which are the blue and gray ones, is a new customer that lives up in, I think, Pasadena or something like that. So just, you got to be really careful. Make sure to cover all the spots that you think could get overspray on. And we're going to take the paper. And just wrap all of the wood section up so we don't get overspray on it. Do one more here. Then same thing, it's like I got to cut it on the bottom to make sure it doesn't touch any of the, you know, existing color here, because this will also be yellow, you know, in just a few minutes when we're done in the spray booth. I do like to layer it up right here a little bit extra, because I know I'm going to be painting this with 3 or 4 coats of that yellow to get coverage, and the paint could seep through 1 or 2 layers of paper really easily. So it's like I usually try to give a good amount of protection here in this section, just as a precaution. I don't want to ruin that green, you know, paint that we just put on there. And then what we'll do is we'll paint this green, or this yellow. We're going to take all the paper off again. We'll give it a quick scuff with the sanding sponge. It'll take all the sharp edges off, Then we'll put it in for one more coat of clear coat. That's going to seal it all in. It's going to protect it, and then it'll be ready to go back to the customer. All right, customer is here. Loves the piece. We're going to get it wrapped up so she can get it back in her car. Just found out too that it was a family heirloom piece, and she sent it back to her mom, who had it for many years, and now mom says she wants to have it back. So I don't think she's going to give it back now that we've restored it, but she can enjoy it when she visits, visits the home. So put a little bit of protected on it so these doors don't fly open in transport. One more time. Perfect. All right, we're gonna get this loaded back in the car, and then I'm gonna get back on those dresser drawers. So Morgan and her husband just came and picked up that dresser drawer that we had the missing handle that we repaired last week. That's gone. I'll post some pictures later as soon as they get it all put back together and cleaned up, show you like the final result. What we're doing right now is we're waiting. It's about 1 o'clock. I have a customer driving in from Las Vegas to drop off a Plycraft, I think George Muehlhauser chair. That's gonna come. Then we're gonna load up this rosewood dining table and take it down to Dana Point. Before that though, I'm gonna finish up these George Nelson steel case units. These are the ones that are gonna go blue on the front. The mustard yellow and the lime green ones are done. They're drying. I'll pull one out and I'll show you in just a minute. I got those drawers all taped up. They're ready to go, already set up in the booth. But if you follow me, I'm going to show you this, this table later. But here's the rosewood table. It's done. We're going to wipe it off, get it wrapped in a blanket here in a few minutes, get it loaded up to take back to the customer down in Dana Point. But I said, as we continue down, I'm going to show you those other drawers as well. So you can see down here in the corner, the mustard yellow is already on the drawer faces. These are the ones that were the like the avocado green on the side. Next step, taking the paper off, putting one more coat of clear on it. We may do that later today or over the weekend. It's a crossbar as well. It was a bright yellow. That's done. We need to still do the final top coat. But what I'm going to do now is get the paint ready. This one here for the blue that's going on these 5 drawers for another customer. First step, I got to clean out that mustard color from the gun. All right, now that we got it all cleaned up, we're going to open up the blue paint and get this one prepped. Same thing, poke a few more holes in it. New can, new stir stick. And so you're going to start seeing this nice turquoise blue coming back out. Very mid-century modern, very iconic. Especially like a George Nelson. A lot of the pieces with George Nelson had some color. Bright yellows, bright oranges. I've done them all. So this color used to be real popular too for just homeowners. This nice kind of teal, turquoise blue tone. Okay, let's make up our little ratio of this. A little bit of the thinner, a little splash of the retarder. We'll get the strainer out. We'll get this in the spray gun and put it on these drawers. Get my mask on. Get my little safety rag around it so we don't get any drips. Yeah, again too, remember yesterday? Quick wipe down with the tack cloth. Make sure there's no overspray or dust on it. Not overspray, we haven't sprayed anything yet, guys. So now I'll grab my mask and we'll get the blue going. are done. We're gonna let them dry off for a little while before we move them. I got about 15 minutes before the Vegas customer arrives. Gives me just enough time to get that rosewood table all wrapped up, protected. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a leaf, bring it back over here on the table so we can start wrapping them up, putting them in blankets, and getting them in the truck so we can head down to Dana Point today. And I wanted to show you this from, remember yesterday when we used the toner cans? When this goes back in the table, remember these sections here were really light. When you close the table up, because these tables are not perfect, there's a small gap in between them. They don't close up as tight as the like modern tables. You would have seen a really light gap here. Making that little bit of a change by darkening up that edge just changes the outlook of the final piece. And as I said, the customer's ready for it. They're really excited. It's been a family heirloom since it was purchased, brand new in a store. So let's get it loaded up, get out of here. So it's 3:30. We are 15 minutes away from our customer in Dana Point. Traffic was not too bad today, but I hate coming down here this late in the afternoon. I usually like to come in South County in the morning, but it just didn't work out today. Also, normally we don't refinish dining tables, things like that, as quick as we did on this, but we had a few customers that were dealing with the fires out in LA and told us to delay on the job. They were, they still have their homes, thank goodness, but they don't need their furniture at the moment since they're not going to be home for a little while. So we were able to knock this one out quick. We got another table we may finish next week as well. That we picked up in Irvine. Okay, we got about 5 minutes before we are pulling into Dana Point to the customer with that rosewood table. We're gonna get that dropped off, and I heard earlier from the customer they want to do another piece, which is the credenza that goes with this set. So we're gonna grab that as well, get back on the road, get back to the shop. So we will do some videos inside the house. I want to show you how beautiful this table is. Stay tuned. Okay, we're in Dana Point. We just delivered that dining room table. I'll show you that right now. But while I was here, the customer wanted us to pick up the credenza that went with that table. They had this just as long as the tabletop. So we're gonna bring this back to the shop, get it restored, bring it back to life. So let's get inside. All right, we just delivered this rosewood table back to the homeowner down in Dana Point. We're gonna get the paperwork finalized and get back on the road, get back to the shop so we can get out of here for the weekend. What do you guys think of this table? It's 6:30. We just got back to the shop. We ran a little late due to traffic. We picked up that credenza, delivered that table, but we don't have enough time to finish anything else today. We got to get out of here. Tomorrow we'll come back, finish a few projects, and then start some new stuff on Monday. And I can't wait to show you guys. Make sure to go and subscribe, share this video, go tell all your friends, help spread the word of this page. Have a great weekend.